It didn't take long for the new gang laws to claim its first patch, nor the second. Just 3 minutes after midnight, when the law came into force, police confiscated gang insignia from a car dashboard. There were then 2 further arrests as well. But while police are enforcing the law, many gangs are vowing to ignore it and keep their patches on. Senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch reports on day 1 of the ban.
Before the ban, patched from head to toe.
It's my life. It's our life. Yeah, the patch has always been there for us.
These mongrel mob members in Opotiki gathering last night to come up with a patch plan, how they would respond to the ban.
My whakaaro, I'm not putting my patch down. That's my whakaaro, that's me. I'm too turutu. When I was 15 years old when I got mine, I'm not putting mine down.
The police minister confident they will comply.
Look, I've been over to Opotiki. I met with the 2 leaders and founders of the mongrel mob in Opotiki. They said that they were highly motivated to depatch. They didn't want the patches being worn anymore.
But this is the president, Bani Hunuhunu. He got his patch at 16, a founding member of the chapter, and told us he wouldn't be surrendering it.
We die for our patch. We've said that forever. We've said that from day 1.
At the stroke of midnight last night, wearing patches publicly became illegal. That means no gang insignia allowed at sports fields, pubs, restaurants, shops, public transport, ferries and aircraft. By 12:03, police had picked up their first paraphernalia, confiscating a mongrel mob logo from a car dashboard. 2 arrests followed, one for wearing a patch to the supermarket, the other out on the street.
It's because they're there to intimidate the public, and the reason why they wear them is because they have gone out and committed a whole lot of violent crime. There's a trail of tears and victims sitting behind those patches, and we're getting rid of them.
There are 35 gangs named in the law. Some are well known, like the mongrel mob, Black Power and the Filthy Few. Others less so, like the Damned Pirates and Satan's Slaves. More can be added by the police minister. 2 other gang laws introduced today allow police to issue dispersal notices if 3 or more gang members are disrupting the public, and non-consorting orders where gang members can't be around or communicate with certain other gang members. There was no action under those laws today.
There's been some gang members out today with their patches on, and police have been pretty quick to respond to that.
But there was one major gang arrest captured by this onlooker, the driver of this car. He was chased down by police, but it was someone known to him who wrestled his illegal firearm off him before police were able to surround him and arrest him. He was not wearing a patch.
It's exactly the reason why, and highlights why we as a government are doing what we're doing.
You didn't have a patch on though, was the patch the problem?
Well, in this wouldn't matter whether a patch was on or wasn't on.
The loophole of sorts, many gang members have their insignia inked into their skin. Tats aren't banned.
Stuff on your skin is all good. So all our brothers who have got their patch on their back, it's coming into summer, what a lovely day to be wearing it.
Well, I mean, if they want to walk around, half naked around Opotiki, that's up to them. But if they wear a gang patch, then the gang patch is going to be taken off them.
Patches may go, but tattoos, they're forever.
And Jenna's with us now. Jenna, another key law and order policy was on the books today, the first reading of that boot camps legislation that just passed today, but the minister had to make an ill-timed admission.
Yeah, terrible timing for the minister. She had to send out a statement earlier today saying that one of the 10 young men that had been selected to take part in the pilot for the boot camp program had gone on to allegedly reoffend, and that was within weeks of leaving that facility. Now, that has been one of the main criticisms of the boot camp's policy, that past iterations of it have had really high reoffending rates and therefore were deemed not to have worked. This happened just hours before she introduced that legislation into the House, which A, gives the youth court powers to sentence people to time in boot camp, but also B, gives those who are running it the more powers, including that to use force to detain young people. The first reading has passed, but Labor is raising concerns about it, saying that even though the pilot has finished, a comprehensive review of it has not yet been done, and therefore the legislation has not been informed by hard evidence.
And Jenna, after, just on another matter, after all of that focus on better behaviour in Parliament following that viral haka from last week, there's been an apology today for naughty words in the House. Who said what?
Yes, Education Minister Erica Stanford was the offender, not quite sent off to the principal's office, but having to apologise to a former principal, Jan Tinetti, for unparliamentary language. Now, I'm not going to repeat what she says, but we will let Jan Tinetti spell it out for you.
So she said stupid, bitch, to me, accept the word. I just don't think that's acceptable. I wouldn't find that acceptable in any workplace, let alone in a place where we've got strict rules for a reason.
Now, Erica Stanford has sent us a statement. It says, I made a private comment to a colleague following a robust exchange in the House during question time. When given the opportunity by the Speaker, I withdrew and apologised for the comment. Furthermore, she says she has subsequently apologised directly to Jan Tinetti.